Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my review of Toritan Birds of a Feather by Kotetsuko Yamamoto. This is a SuBLime release, 2 volumes long, that I really enjoyed. This is a bit of an odd story about this young man, I think he's 23, 24 years old, who is named Inusaki. He has the ability to understand and speak to birds. He does not like birds because a lot of them just seem to be jerks, because he can hear what they're thinking or what they're saying, and he can understand them and communicate with them, and so he's just like, wow, you're all jerks. I don't really like birds very much. And then our other main character is Mitsuru, who is the, let me make sure I got that right, yes, who is the landlady's, is it a landlady? Or cafe or somewhere, it's the son of a woman that he is around a lot. It might be the landlady of his apartment, or it's just like a little local cafe that he likes to go to. He's 18 years old. So a little tiny bit of an age gap there. So Inusaki is a detective, private investigator, but most of his jobs that he gets hired for are just manual labor, random running around errands, grocery shopping for people, going and mowing someone's lawn, stuff that has nothing to do with being a private investigator or detective, but it's what people hire him to do, and he needs money, so he just does odd jobs around town. And so he meets this crow that he affectionately names Kudo, because the crow is black, so that makes sense. So Kudo is a crow that he meets and he is fascinated by. There's just something about the crow that he can't kind of get out of his mind. And so as the story kind of goes on, there's something about Mitsuru that he can't really pinpoint, but for some reason Mitsuru reminds him of Kudo, the crow, and, he doesn't know how to explain that feeling or why he's feeling that way. It's a very wacky story, but I really love these two. I think their dynamic is very fun, because we have the older, 20-something guy who's he's short, he's kind of ridiculous. He's a bit spastic. He just kind of flails himself around a lot, and he's a little bit immature and just quick to temper, but tries to be put together and tries to be like a professional, but he just things aren't going his way in his work life, and it's just ridiculous. And then you have this young man, Mitsu, who is very stoic and quiet and a bit mysterious, and their dynamic is very cute, and I really enjoy it. Excuse me. But I also love birds. I love them so much, and I think it is absolutely hysterically funny that in this story all of the birds are just assholes. And I think that the drawings are excellent of all the birds. This mangaka clearly enjoys birds, because there's so many different birds being drawn, and in between, there's a good face. In between chapters, there are different birds featured in the chapters, kind of title screen sort of thing. So I just really loved it. I think the artwork is adorable. I think that the birds are funny as all hell, and I think the dynamic between these two is so sweet and cute and funny. There's a cute one. But yeah, I think it's worth the read. Though if you don't care for birds and you are weirded out by the strange kind of romantic tension between this young man and this crow, then maybe skip this one. But this is certainly a story that I really enjoyed. The explicit content warning applies to Volume 2. There is nothing in Volume 1 that is explicit. I was very confused because typically, like in the past, I had seen they would only put the warning on the volume that contained the content. Though it does make sense that, if you know that explicit content is coming up in the second volume, then you want to put it on the first volume's one so that young people who shouldn't be reading it are going to go buy Volume 1 only to find Volume 2 have the warning on it, not being aware that it was going to get explicit. So it makes sense why it was there. But I know in the past that has not always been done that way. And so I was very confused after reading Volume 1, which had zero contact of any kind. I was very confused as to why it had a content warning on it. So just a heads up about that. It does have explicit content in the second volume. So yeah, if you've read this, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, because this is a bit of a wacky one, but I really, really, really loved it. I think it was well done, and I enjoyed it immensely. So I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on it. If you have any other recommendations of similar kind of zany stories, that would be great. And if you know anything else about this mangaka, I'd also like to hear that, because I'm not familiar. This name doesn't ring a bell to me, so I don't think there's anything else that I have read by this person. But yeah, if we have any other English releases of this person, that'd be great to know. Yeah, thanks for watching.